Hi everyone, Messy Coder here with another Unity review. Well, it's not really a review, it's a Unity playthrough. This time it's VertExmotion. It's an interesting name, and that's from Callaghan. It is a soft body system for Unity, and it's actually Unity 5 and above. It's currently on a 24-hour sale at 70% off from original price $125 down to $37.50. It is actually cheaper now than the standard version. The Pro, you get the source code. The standard, you don't. I think that's the only difference between the two. And it is lots of fun. You got wibbly wobbly. That's basically it. It makes things go wibbly wobbly. There you go. Deformations are performed by the GPU, and I'm gonna say I had a bit of fun with this. I did have fun. I'm confused. I have played with it, and I'm still confused. Fortunately, it's a 24-hour sale, so I don't have the time to sit there and play about as much as I would like to, because I wanted to be able to just play with these demos and show you what I'm doing. I did want to play with making some boobs go bibbly bobbly, but I thought I might get in trouble with YouTube, so instead we're playing with Ethan. So I hope you don't mind. Alright guys, sit back, enjoy the wibbly wobbliness that is VertExmotion Pro mind, not standard, and I'll see you in a second. Here I am inside Unity. I've imported in VertExmotion Pro from Callaghan. Currently 70% off on a 24-hour sale. It's madness. I'm not sure how often this kind of deal will come along, from $125 down to $37.50. Could explain why I'm playing with these demo scenes today. Alright, let's open up some demo scenes, seeing as we're talking about them. This one's called characters. Let's click play. Grrr. Should we make them big? I'll tell you what. Let's make it big. There you go. Put the scene one in front. Push play. It's nice and big. And scale him. Ew. My word. Oh. This is done on the GPU apparently, and you can see why it's so quick. Oh, it's minging. That is disgusting. It's very interesting and disgusting. This one's just characters. Alright, so this works with the shaders and materials. So you're actually painting onto the material here, like what you want to make, or boingy is the best way to describe it. And they're saying, okay, I want this bit to be boingy, and then you see them boinging about. It's a bit weird. Now, other than making people's bits jiggle about, I was sitting trying to think of a reason for this, and then you can see these little demos. You could do some weird kind of game. So you're brushing past this squish, that's squashing it down. And it's really easy to just get started painting stuff. I'll show you in a second. But let's smash loads of things at this thing. I'm trying to think of lots of different use cases that this would come in handy. Most of it I could think of is to do with vehicles, environments and people. Now I'm sure you guys can think of something far more interesting to do with this. Let's see. Gravity test. Is this going to be a splish? Oh look, there you go. As it turns, it's like a little droplet of water. Oh look, there you go. You could do this for some kind of water droplet effect. That's interesting. Interactions. That sounds exciting. Touch and interactions. And touch tests. That's going to be tessellation. Pull. Oh, it's pushing it. Hey, whoop. Looks like a weird camera effect. So these aren't overly fantastic, are they? They just look a bit weird. Looks a bit weird. Right, touch. Is this what going to be like? Touch. There you go, I'm touching. Again, I can see this might come in useful in that kind of game. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a little bit weird. It's a very expensive pack, this. $125 normally. Normally $125, and he does have a non-pro version, which is normally $60, and it's currently in the Made Madness for $42. So this 70% off on the pro version makes the pro version actually cheaper than the normal standard one. The difference between the two is that the pro version you get all the source code, and the normal one you don't. A jelly cube. There you go, your jelly's got squishy space to jump. Splodge. So that's quite nice. Splodge. Whee! Is he coming back down? Eventually. Splodge. So, yeah, a jelly splodgy cube. That's the one that I could think of a reason for that. Jellyfish. Now, jellyfish look lovely. Jelly. This is what I saw in the picture, and I thought, wow, this looks beautiful. And this is actually a 3D mesh, and it's splodging about under the sea with all these little jellyfish friends. Let's have a cup of tea. So, what alternatives do you have to this? Well, you've got dynamic bones, and apparently this work can actually play with the dynamic bones as well. So I'm not sure how that would work. Not sure how that would work at all. I have asked if this would be compatible with UMA, because UMA is generated in runtime and not in the editor, and with this you have to paint it on in the editor. He said he was going to get back to me tomorrow because he's a bit inundated with everyone running around trying to get hold of this with 70% off. Okay. This is a strange one. Oh, these are shader forge examples. I don't really need to see that. Shared deformation. What's this? Okay. Oh. And the text is very blurry. So these are sharing the deformations. Interesting. Interesting. Could see a need for that or something. Simple mesh. Simple mesh. Sounds very simple. Let's see what it's like. So speed. Move him about. Whoa. Okay, maybe not so fast. Damping might make him slow down. Let's have bounciness, more bounciness. Inflate him up. Boing, boing. So it's all about making things wibble wobble. If you don't have a need for wibbly wobbly things, then this wouldn't really be for you. So there you go. Make him splat again. No. Sprite if you fancy a drink. No, not that kind of Sprite. Okay. Oh, there you go. You can deform sprites. That's interesting. So it's not just 3D stuff. Well, this one's called Squash. And let's guess what it's going to be like. I'm going to guess it's squashy. Boing, boing, boing. That's quite cool. Boing, 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 boing. This is quite funky. I like this. I like this one. Let's increase gravity. Oh, we'll decrease it rather. Okay, it's weird. So, text mesh. What's this doing with the text mesh? Oh, look at that. That's quite funky. That's quite funky. Well, test times. What's this? Okay. He goes all wibbly. And oh, it's like okay. Whoop, whoop, fast. Slow him down. It's all very wibbly, but not very realistic looking when it does that, because too much of the body moves. This was the most interesting thing out of all of them when I saw a picture of this online. And I can now I'm playing with it. You can really see how this would be useful if you want your game. You know, you've got a puncture, and the player's got to actually repair the tire. Look at that. So, yeah, for itself, jump it about. Let's make that jump it. Boing, boing, boing. boing, boing, boing. It's very easy to use this thing as well. I have to say, it's very easy to use. There's a lot of use cases that I just can't put my finger on. Right, the kids were shouting and screaming. They're in bed and they're nice and quiet now. So, tell you what, let's create a cube. Here's my cube. And let's add rigid body on this cube. And we've got a box collider on it. If we click play, good. Doesn't fall down. And now we're going to add VertExmotion. Lovely. Warning, using a default material, please assign a new material. Alright, what we'll do is create, I'll tell you what we're doing here. We'll create a new one and we'll call this material test. And we'll make this bit blue. There you go. Have we got any, anything we can stick in here? Have we got anything we can stick in here to make it nice? No, we don't. An eyeball? There you go. Stick an eyeball on it. Here we go. It's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. And now if we go back to our box, here's our cube, we can click this fix material. And now it's using here VertExmotion /shader. And if we click on this paint, we can now paint which bits should be bibbly bobbly. Okay, make it bigger. Tell you what, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Why is it? Fill all layers. If you do tab control, it starts removing. So maybe it's the fall off. Clear all layers. Let's start painting again. Brush. Well, that's weird, isn't it? We can do fill all layers. If we click on here, we click new motion sensor, we can see now it's gone green. That's the bit that's going to be bibbly bobbly. I'm making that stronger. Can aim this up. Let's change our angles. Here you go. It's nice. And oops. Let's put them in the middle. And then we click. Oh, I'll tell you what we also will do. We'll split this in half. There you go, that's better. That way we can see, we can move him about and see him go wibbly wobbly. So now, see it's wobbling. Oh, it's a wobbly box. It's a wobbly box, but why? If we go up, ooh, boing. If I throw him up in the air, a bit weird. Tell you what, that's not beautiful, is it? That's weird. Now if we create a capsule, not inside our box, but next to our box, and it's got a capsule collider on it, lovely. Let's add our eyeball material onto here. Add on here VertExmotion like before, and now we're going to paint on this one. There you go, look, that's a lot easier. That's all because there's a lot more verts on this to be able to paint. Look at that. Boom, boom. See the little dots appearing of where we're painting. There you go, that's lovely. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking on gas. And we'll make this whole half, this bit here, wobbly. So if we, here we go, you can see Wibble Wobble Town. And if we click here, new motion sensor, we can move that over there. Here we go. Oh, and then move him here, and there we go. That's nice. That is nice. Now, when we wibble wobble this one, we should see the one side of it wobbling all over the place. Ooh, look at that wobble, wobble. It's interesting that he went through the. It's going through it. Why is he going through it? It's got both have got colliders on. Oh, look at that. Boing, boing, boing. So there's boing. It's very interesting, that bit. So there's a lot more control when you've got a collider, a capsule rather. A capsule. Get rid of those. And let's find Ethan. Characters. Third person. Models. Drag Ethan in. There's Ethan. Ethan! There you are. Hi Ethan, how you doing? I'm alright, thank you. Good, good, good. Lovely. Can we click on the camera and align with the view? That's better. That's better. Let's stick a capsule on Ethan just to... Oh, not on the main camera. There's Ethan. Let's stick a capsule on Ethan just to stop him falling. 0.5, 2.5 and 0.5. Too much. 2. Still too much. 1.5. Meh. 1.75 and 0.75. There we go. That's nice. So here's Ethan. And if we click play, is he going to fall through the floor? No, he doesn't. Lovely. Lovely. Now I'm going to open him up and find the mesh that is his body and click and put in our VertExmotion. Zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And I want to fix this material. Now Ethan's using the VertExmotion standard shader on his material. And if we clear all and now paint his hair. I tell you what, clear that again. Let's paint it gently. Make it brush a little bit smaller. Lovely. There he is. There's Ethan's hair. Looking dapper. Look how lovely Ethan's hair looks, all white. Yeah, that's why it's doing nothing. So now we click New Motion Sensor. Where's that motion sensor been made? Oh, all the way down the bottom. So let's move him up to Ethan's hair. Now Ethan's hair is green. Green. Because he's being affected by this thing. I want to say it's a bit too big. Look how big that is. So let's make it smaller. There you go. And obviously needs to be on his hair. Going in that kind of direction here maybe. So now if we click play and if I select Ethan, we can move Ethan about. Oh, don't rotate him but move him about. Whoa! And his hair's wobbling about. Wow. Wow. Okay. It's a little bit too much. Wibble wobble. So we can actually go down here and scale all these down. So increase the damping so it slows down its wobbleness. Turn down the bounciness. Max distance. Low. Inner minimum distance. Again, put that low. Distance power. Could put that down low. Amplitude multiplier. Don't know. You can lock an axis as well, so you can't go certain axes. Alright, click play. Now, his hair should be a lot easier to manage. Well, it's a lot easier than it was before. But you can see his hair needs a bit of work. His hair needs still a bit of work. And actually, I think one of our problems is here, the painting. So let's just make his hair a little bit more. Here we go. And then if we go here, reduce the size of his wobble. Make it a little bit too much. And put that down to 0.5. 0.5, 0.5, 0.2, or 0 even. Hair shouldn't be going in on itself. Now if we remove Ethan, please tell me you're looking better, Ethan. There you go. He's looking a bit better, but he still need more work on that. Now the other thing we can do with Ethan is well, give him wibbly wobbly boobies if we wanted, or wibbly wobbly belly. If I click Alt Control rather, I can remove the wibbly wobbly boobies and just leave him having a wibbly wobbly belly. And he's got his hair wibbly wobbly, we don't want to lose that, so we'll click here and create a new VertExmotion sensor, and I'll activate him, and we'll move this up to his belly, make him not so big, and here he is. Oops. There he is. Much better. Much better. Let's make it not so bouncy. More damping. Inflate. Right, move that down. Move that down. And click play. Now we've got a wobbly belly. Whoa! Turn off inflate. Turn off inflate. Wow, okay. We've learned what inflate does. That's better. Yeah, we don't want inflate. Now if we shake him about, his belly moves a little bit. Like, ooh, whoa, ooh. But we don't want the sides to move. We don't want his sides to move. So let's go back here to the painty thing. And control, and there you go. Now if we click play, and we select Ethan, there you go, that looks better. Now it's just his wibbly wobbly belly on the front that moves. It's got his hair moving, wibbly wobbly belly that moves, and that way you could even have like one boob that wobbles independently to the other boob if you wanted, or you know, any other bits of the old anatomy that you were after. Tell you one thing that we could do, one last thing we'll play about on Ethan. This is one thing I don't look. This makes it very difficult to see what I'm doing. Everything's grey. Oh, that's awful. Let's control, get rid of that. So make that really small. Control, and try to paint this. Like, it's very difficult. I'm not having a good time. There you go, painted up there. Wonderful. Finally. Control. Can we get rid of this bit here? Yep, we can. It's not great. Wow. All right. You need work. You need practice to be able to do this, I reckon. Yeah. Okay. How's that? That's pretty bad. Okay, now let's create another VertExmotion sensor and add it on just this bit here and scale him in. How did his thumb get green? How did I do that on his thumb? There we go. Lovely. Now if we click play and we move Ethan about, there you go. His belt is, there you go. His belt's going a bit wibbly wobbly on itself. His belly's going wibble wobble, and his hair's going wibble wobble. If you wanted to go completely crazy, with old Ethan, grab him, fill all layers, get a new, I'm just going to choose this new one for the sake of it, put him here, make it nice and big, click play. Do we have gravity on old Ethan? Tell you what, let's add a rigid body, give him some gravity to play with, and now let's chuck Ethan in the air and have Ethan just bounce about. Right, there you go, that's Ethan. That is good old Ethan bouncing about, being all wibbly wobbly, and it's rated PG, rated U maybe, for all the family. Oh dear, oh my word. So as I say, I can see the use for this. I can see how you could make his hairs and a little bit of his mesh bouncy and wibbly wobbly, but I think it needs a lot more. You need to spend time. It's not one of these things that you just click and then everything's magically looking perfect for you. You do need to put the effort in if you want to have a decent result, as you can obviously see by my skills, my mad skills here. Difference between this version and the standard version: the pro version you get the source code, the standard version you don't. Currently the pro version is on a 70% 24-hour sale, which is why I'm trying to rush through this review to show you guys, because I had people in Discord asking about it and I myself was confused about it. So I contacted the author and he sent me this feature limited trial. So I can't actually make a build out or like use this for doing a game or anything with, but I can play about in the editor and show you what it's like. So, I mean, if this is something that you need, if you need to put some wibbles somewhere on the body, then I would say 70% sale you're not going to see very often. $37.50, normally $125. Would I buy this for $125? Honestly, no, I wouldn't, because I don't have that kind of money to spend on making things wibbly wobble. If you do and you want the source code, get the pro. If you don't need the source code, then just stick with the standard. Alright guys, I hope this was useful in some way to you, hopefully. If you do like it, click it. Till next time.
If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now, and down below there's that big juicy subscribe button, and right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.